Tonight, a 2-hour extreme makeover home edition.
Good morning, Dolan family! Hey guys, good morning!
It happened in an instant.
Police, there's 3 people shot. Hurry up.
A young gentleman entered the store where I was working and shot 3 people.
A customer and a clerk were dead, and Jamie had been shot in the head.
And then everything changed.
The bullet has permanently blinded me in both eyes.
He just has to relearn how to do day-to-day functions, but he's the same person. He's good-spirited and big-hearted, and he's the best.
Now, the Extreme Makeover design team has a challenge. Design and build a home that gives back a little hope.
It's a little difficult for me to maneuver around in here.
And a lot of independence.
This is one we've got to get right.
All in just 7 days.
Are you guys ready to get it done?
One house. 1 week.
We just may be tracking to build one of the fastest homes out.
One extreme makeover. The home edition.
Bus driver!
Wait now. So guys, Paul, Preston, Connie, and Eduardo, we're on our way to St. Petersburg, Florida to meet the Dolan family. And these guys went through something I can't even imagine. Something really, really bad. Now they're trying to pick up the pieces and somehow lead a normal life. I think we can help. Take a look at this tape and you'll see what I mean.
Hi, ABC. We're the Dolan family.
I'm James, I'm the dad.
So Jamie and Chrissy Dolan fell in love when they were teenagers. They grew up, they got married, and they had 3 great kids.
Hi, ABC. I'm Charles. I'm 12.
Hi, ABC. I'm Haley, and I'm 6 years old. And I sleep.
These are responsible guys who just wanted a good future for their kids. Jamie sold insurance, and Chrissy took care of the family. Jamie actually took on a second job working at an electronics store to bring in a little extra money. He was working some long hours, but life was good. Then, just 4 months ago, everything changed.
Hi, my name's Chrissy. James is my husband, and November 18th of last year, he was at work, and
From what I understand, at about 6:45 in the evening, a young gentleman entered the store where I was working and shot 3 people.
It wasn't a robbery, there wasn't a reason, it was just senseless violence.
the whole incident, it was kind of like having your life pulled out from under you.
The shooter hit Jamie and 2 other people, and then he killed himself, which is just crazy. I mean, the police have never figured out why he did it. All they know is after the shooting stopped, 2 other victims were dead, and Jamie was in critical condition. He'd been shot right in the head.
6 weeks in the hospital, multiple surgeries.
For a while, nobody knew if Jamie would survive, but miraculously, he did. Now that's the good news. Is really bad.
The bullet has permanently blinded me in both eyes.
So Jamie was just released from the hospital a couple months ago. He came home to a house that just doesn't work for a guy who can't see.
This is my kitchen. I have a little bit of a hard time getting around in here.
The house really isn't suited for his needs now.
Right now, we got walls jutting out in kind of funny places.
He's always been very independent, and having to rely so much on other people to do things for him is hard.
Now, Chrissy has her hands full, raising the kids and taking care of her husband. She's just got too much on her plate to even worry about the house.
My brother Phil and his fiancée Lauren spend a lot of time here helping out with the kids. They plan on moving in, just need some space for them to be in.
Given everything these guys have been through, they're incredibly positive.
I'm the lucky one. I'm still here. I still have my family. I am the lucky one. As long as I've got my kids and my wife, I'm a lucky man.
He's wonderful. He's my best friend, and he's a really great dad, and he just has to relearn how to do day-to-day functions, but he's the same person. He's good-spirited and big-hearted, and he's the best.
I like everything about my dad, and I'm proud of my dad.
He's just a downright good guy.
They understand that somebody hurt Daddy and that he can't see anymore. But they also understand that he's the same person, he just can't see. Yeah, and he loves them, and he's here, and that's what's important.
So it was just tragic, and I really wish it hadn't happened.
Maybe see if you could come and help our family, help James get some of his independence back. It'd be another miracle for us.
Guys, we can make a difference here. This is a great family who've basically lived through a nightmare. And I think we can help here. Well, get your hands in there, people. Let's do it! Let's go, come on. You guys ready?
Good morning, Dolan family. Jamie, Chrissy, Charles, Haley, and JT, wake up and come on out here. Hey, guys, good morning.
Good morning. Say hi.
Hey there, guys.
Hey.
Hi. Hey, James, how are you, man?
Good.
This is awesome.
Oh my God. Nice to meet you. That's his.
All right, hang in there. Okay, I know it's been tough.
Yeah.
I'm sure it has.
Only 4 months had passed since Jamie went through this incident, and although they were feeling really hopeful and they were relieved, there was an air of uncertainty that was there that I think we all felt also.
So this is all very new for you, isn't it?
Yeah, only hasn't been that long. Just a few months.
It's one day at a time.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm just cute.
It's okay, baby.
I know it's been tough, but I promise you, we're gonna do everything we can to make Jamie's life here a little easier. And I know you've been trying to do that since this has all happened, but I think hopefully we can help in a big way with that. When you meet these guys and you see what they've gone through, and you see Chrissy trying to hold it together emotionally and physically and mentally for the family, you realize that this is one we've got to get right. Now, there's a couple of people that aren't here, right? I believe it's your brother, Phil, and his fiancée, Lauren. Now, you guys actually want them to move in, right?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, since they are kind of part of your family, why don't we call them and get them over here, okay?
Okay. Hi. Guess who's in my front yard?
Phil is Chrissy's brother, and he and Lauren are going to be married soon.
Hi there.
Hi.
Oh, wow.
They also want to move in with the Dolan family so that they can help out.
Thank you for coming.
I'm so glad you guys are here because obviously you guys are part of this family. It sounds like you guys have really helped out with these guys, huh?
Yeah, we do our best, man. I mean,
we love them very much.
So let me tell you what's going to happen. You guys are going on vacation for a week while we try and, well, work on your house.
Yeah.
Would you like to know where you're going?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, how does Puerto Rico sound?
Oh, Puerto Rico. Wow.
So here's the deal. I need you guys to show me the house, pack a bag. We'll get you in the limo and off to beautiful Puerto Rico for a week.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Design team, it all starts right now. So, Dolan family, show me the house.
All right.
What was it like when you walked back into this house or this room for the first time after losing your sight?
It was difficult when I first came home, just to figure out where I was and where I was going.
The house is so small that it's not easy for Jamie to move around in. So you've gotten used to this room pretty well.
Yeah.
But once we start heading that direction, things get a little more, I guess, hazardous.
Mostly I try to stay out of the kitchen. It is
a disaster.
Cluttered. I hit my head on the freezer door. You know, I've burnt my fingertips on my coffee pot.
God, we don't even, that's the thing, you don't even think about that.
Yeah.
And I can see. And look at this, you bump that, and bam, what an intrusion all these things are.
The house has definitely been put on the back burner. It is cluttered. It's got tight corners and jagged corners.
So obviously he's gonna have a hard time not bumping into it.
Right, he keeps hitting his head here.
Wow, Eduardo, there's a lot of stuff in here. It's laundry and it's toys.
There was just stuff everywhere.
Chrissy, I'm just guessing that the reason this thing is like so full of stuff is that
I don't have the time to sort through it. Other things that are more important.
it's just hard to believe that one day you could go to work and out of nowhere, a guy with a gun shows up and just starts shooting. There's no way you guys could have been ready for what happened.
No.
I would imagine going through what he went through. Let's just say you could have a jaded look on humanity.
But he doesn't.
But he doesn't.
He's a miracle.
I'm really not angry. I don't, I don't have the anger. I have frustration because I'm a very independent person. I always have been. And having to rely on other people for help and just guidance so that I can make it through, my own backyard, it's very frustrating.
He just wants the rest of his life back.
Yeah.
But he has an awful lot to live for, too.
I think it's your strength that's keeping him going. You're holding this family together.
I just love him so much.
I promise you we're going to do everything we can to make things a little easier and hopefully a little happier around here.
I just want him to be happy. I just want him to be happy. That's really all I want.
Chrissy is a wife and a mother, and any wife and mother knows that's a lot of work in and of itself. When something like your husband becoming blind happens out of nowhere, what an adjustment that is.
She's holding up incredibly well. She keeps it together. She's a very strong woman.
You guys seem like you're still very much in love.
We've been married almost 10 years, and I still feel like I'm on my honeymoon.
That's awesome.
Chrissy has done everything from work harder to care more, and you know that she needs help.
Thank you so much.
So, Jamie was in the hospital for a while?
Yeah, a couple months.
Did you guys help her out here at home with the kids then?
We stayed the night, too.
Now, where do you guys crash if you're here?
Sofa bed.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, right here.
Phil and Lauren helped this family out by taking care of the kids, making sure they got to school, making sure they were fed. Their dream is actually to move in with these guys, to move in with the Dolan family. Was it pretty tough what happened to your dad?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So is he pretty happy that he actually gets to be home now?
Yes.
Before he got shot, he was able to see and do everything. Him and I used to go to a driving range, and he taught me how to hit a golf ball and stuff.
No, I'm guessing, though, you haven't really played golf since?
I have not since, no.
Ever get the craving to do that?
Absolutely.
I know that there are blind people that still golf. I don't know how it happened. One of those phone calls. You want to look into that?
Yeah.
Very smart, Charlie.
Yeah.
Hopefully when I grow up, I want to go into robotics so I can make cybernetic eyes for my dad so he'll be able to see again.
Basically like computer-driven eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
Do they already exist, or are you going to create those?
I'll create them.
That's how things are invented. This is a kid who wants to invent cybernetic eyes for his dad to see. This is a great inspiration.
I can see you being the guy that actually figures out a way to cure blindness.
Look at all these kids.
I know, they're all pistols, too.
So, I'm getting the craziest feeling that you like puzzles.
Yeah, I do.
That's quite puzzling. I would have never guessed that from you. Little Haley is like Jamie's little princess. She's just a beautiful little girl who's like into puzzles. And obviously you're pretty good at them. I'm noticing one pretty dominant color in here. What do you think that color is?
Pink.
Is that your favorite color?
Yeah.
So, JT, is this yours?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
A dog.
What's this right here?
A zebra.
Look, what's this?
A bear.
He loves animals, and he talks in a dialect I can barely understand.
You go to the crocodile place, they had crocodile.
What? You ever been to the zoo?
Yeah.
You have? What'd you see in the zoo?
A lot of animals.
You like animals?
I don't know why it always seems to happen to the nicest people, but it does. But this time, the good people are going to get, hopefully, something very, very good that's going to improve their life.
Just ahead.
I'd like you to meet someone.
His name is Eric Brissinglaard, and he's actually an architect and designer, and he's also blind.
We got a specialist named Eric, a blind man who designs spaces, generally for blind people.
I think you're about the most qualified guy for this job.
That's next on Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
This only happened to Jamie 4 months ago. He is barely just now getting adjusted to life without sight. But we want to give him the tools that he's going to be able to become more comfortable with being blind. Well, I know that everything has been tough, and we really do want to do whatever we can to try and make things a lot easier on you guys. So pack some stuff together, and we're going to have a wonderful surprise waiting on you when you get back.
Jamie Dolan is the victim of a horrible crime, and we're really going to help this man, and I can think of no better person to help.
So, guys, are you ready to go to vacation?
Yeah.
Guys, get in the limo. Have a good time on vacation, okay?
Thank you so much.
So guys, let's get a plan together that's gonna make this house workable for Jamie and the whole family, all right? I'm gonna make a phone call. Get right back.
What matters here is the function of this house, how this can function for a man who has lost his sight.
So if we have a real simple layout, simple floor plan with simple furniture layout in it, it's better for Jamie then.
Majority of our focus should be on traffic lanes and uncluttered areas.
Wherever we have the opportunity to use what technology has given us, let's do that.
All that stuff that's all voice activated that will really help him be able to do everything that we can do, but only using his voice instead of using his eyes.
So we actually are bringing in some experts. Hey, is this Eric? Hey, man, it's Ty. This guy is an architect, a designer, and he's also blind. You want to come over and give us a hand? That would be great. Hey, Eric, thanks for coming.
Ty, it's great seeing you.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's funny. It actually is really good to see you. Well, it's good to see you've got a great sense of humor.
Joining form and function in a really smart way. That's what we need to do.
I like that.
But then for the kids' rooms, we can kind of go the next step, right?
Yeah, those are fun.
What does Charlie want to do?
Invent cybernetic eyes for his dad.
Foster that by giving her a room full of robotics.
Yeah. Haley. Puzzles. Puzzles, yeah, she loves puzzles.
There's going to be a puzzle bedspread, puzzle flooring. JT is such character. Maybe his room could look like an entire zoo exhibit.
I think that was really...
I'd like you to meet someone.
His name is Eric Brissinglaard, and he's actually an architect and designer, and he's also blind.
Hi, Eric.
Hi, everybody.
We got a specialist named Eric, a blind man who designs spaces, generally for blind people. So who could be better to help guide us through our design plan?
I think you're about the most qualified guy for this job. So please give us a crash course on designing a house for someone who can't see.
Selection of materials is very important. Smell, sound, touch, organization, and safety material, things where are going to be safe.
Well, we came up with an open floor plan.
That sounds great. I mean, it's exactly what, less is better for someone, who lost his sight.
We'd love to do a little golf thing for him because he loves to golf.
I think that's a great idea.
He used to love to play golf with his son Charlie, so we decided we were going to give him a little golf course.
When you have something like losing your sight, I think, feeling like you are starting a new chapter of your life is great. So you guys are giving him a beautiful gift.
He was quite helpful and validated that we were on the right path.
If you guys can leave a bedroom for me, that one down there looks fantastic. I'd actually like to work on Phil and Lauren's room because they've been a huge help to these guys, and I'd give them a bed that they haven't had yet. They've been sleeping on the couch.
That'll be Ty's secret room.
Thank you. Thanks for being here, man.
Very inspirational.
Why don't you put your hand in here? You be part of our team on this one.
Let's do it!
Just ahead.
Out of the way, people! Clear the way!
Ty went down to the local ABC affiliate here and got their sportscaster to kind of give us a play-by-play so Jamie could enjoy demo also.
So let's see what happens when push comes to shove.
That That's next on Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
Okay, by your own self. Have at it, dude.
Set the hands here. We're going to swing the arms.
What you see in Jamie Dolan when you meet him is, wow, what a loving, wonderful man. And Jamie's wish is that his family be happy. He didn't ask for anything else.
Really, what I'm most excited about is my kids are gonna have, you know, brand new rooms that they're gonna be happy about. That's what I'm most excited about.
Okay, so here's the deal. Jamie can't really actually see demolition, but that doesn't mean he can't enjoy it. I'm just gonna need a little play-by-play. You guys don't do sports announcing, do you? Looking for anybody who's a sports announcer. Somebody to do play-by-play. Hello, is anybody a sports broadcaster? I went to a local news station while they're actually having a live broadcast and just went right onto it and said, "You're a sports guy, right?
I think so, yeah.
Do you do play-by-play?
I can.
Can you come with me for a minute?
Now?
Yes, right now. Right now.
Take 'em.
So I actually pretty much kidnapped a sports broadcaster for a while. Follow me, my friends. Okay, now you do play-by-play, right?
Yeah, I can do
Well,
that.
listen, there's a lot of plays going to be going on when we tear down this house, and I'm going to kind of need your help on this.
A lot of action?
A lot of action. And I promise you we'll get you back for the evening news.
Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. Every now and then in life, you have things that are truly defining moments. Some on a personal level, some on a professional level. Sometimes the two come together.
Craig Gallagher is the general contractor this week from Lexington Homes.
When we were first contacted, we were a little intimidated. We had less than a week to build a house. Once we found out the cause, we wanted to be part of it. We knew we were going to need a lot of help. We reached out to our partners, our subs, our vendors, and the response has been overwhelming. So now we're ready to get started and do something that's going to have such a profound impact as what we're going to do for the Dolan family is really going to be special.
They want to build a house that is going to help this family out and give Jamie some independence back.
Are you guys ready to get it done? Yeah! Let's go get it!
So we're about to do demolition, and usually I send a videotape to the family letting them know what's happening with it. And we want to make sure that, well, even though Jamie can't see it, he enjoys it along with the rest of the family. So I brought in a specialist. Meet Al, everybody!
I went down to the local ABC affiliate here and got their sportscaster to kind of give us a play-by-play so Jamie could enjoy demo also.
So Craig, are you ready to start this thing?
We're ready to go!
Let's do it!
Good afternoon, Dolan family. How are you today? Good? Have a here, okay?
Hello, Dolan family! Hi! Guys, welcome to what we like to call demolition. Now, to make sure that everybody can enjoy every moment of demolition, including you, Jamie, well, we brought in some help. My friend Al here is a sports broadcaster, and he's going to give us play-by-play.
You know, Ty, this is a classic matchup. Many call it a monster matchup. The key here is always the start. Who comes out first and who can handle that first blow? So let's see what happens when push comes to shove.
Oh, my goodness. Right off the bat. Went for the jugular on that one.
You can see the dust. You can feel the rumble.
See the shingles flying. Oh, my gosh. Just to hear the snapping of the wood and the shingles just being ripped off. Jamie, there goes the front of your house.
All I could keep thinking as I was listening to that play-by-play was all that noise used to be my house.
I'm hearing glass, lots of 2x4s. Sounds like some loose slats are snapping as well.
They're making it look so easy.
Oh, that was definitely a load-bearing wall.
This team knows how to deliver hits.
Oh, wow.
It was a very loud thud that my wife told me was something going through what she thought would have been our old living room ceiling.
We kept saying, that's my house. And we kept saying, no, that was your house.
That was a huge blow.
They have left, shall we say, no stone unturned.
I think what I see here is almost a victory.
I mean, there is literally nothing left but rubble.
Well, you know what they say, before you can build it up, you got to break it down. And Jamie, I tell you what, They have broken it down into rubble.
Oh, man.
What's up, Dolan family from the live feed here? Enjoy your vacation, and Al and Ty signing off.
Thank you so much for everything that you're doing for us. It means the world. We appreciate it more than words can say.
It was a pretty entertaining sport to watch. I hope you enjoyed listening to it.
Hey, can you hold right there for a second?
We were just about ready to clear away all the debris from the old house, and Preston and Paul said, stop the dumpsters, stop the excavators.
We're gonna try to save some of the stone from the fireplace, and then once we get down, save some of the terrazzo floor.
Demolition is destruction. It's also salvage. You want to get in there and save a bunch of goodies before you destroy the bad stuff.
This is good stone.
Right, to feel it when you're walking.
Yeah, it's a good surface variation.
Preston wants to use a lot of texture in this house, a lot of different things that you can feel and touch. So we went ahead in there in the middle of demo and saved some of those fireplace rocks.
So one of the things we've talked about is just reference for Jamie. And feel is heightened, as we know, when you're blind. All your other senses get very heightened. So the tactility of rock and rough wallpapers and different surface textures are going to help Jamie reference where he is.
It's always great to pull stuff out that you can use over again.
Just ahead.
Gentlemen, get in your car, get down here.
Well, when I first met Craig, I thought, this guy's kind of intense.
The framers are going to have this thing put to bed before noon. We're going to build this house faster than anyone else. We just may be tracking to build one of the fastest homes ever.
That's next on Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
Morning of day 3. Framers worked really hard all night long to get this done. And you can see we're really ahead of the ball game here. Having slab curing. Now, if you turn around over here, we're way ahead of concrete just curing. All of our interior walls are up, all of our exterior walls are up, and they'll just keep working themselves all the way over until they meet up with these guys over here. And then we'll have a roof on the house. Framers have a tough job. They're not allowed to go over and grab breakfast yet, so we're bringing breakfast to them, which is really nice. Have you eaten? Have a burrito. Yo, it's good. The framers aren't allowed to leave their post, right? So I gotta give this to these guys. Breakfast someplace else. Hungry?
So we don't always have to use real timbers of real wood. There's actually man-made products that are made out of unusable, otherwise, pieces of wood, and they composite these things together, thus using worthless wood made useful for us and saving trees. It's not a bad idea.
I am in Haley's room here, and this is where we're gonna have that puzzle ceiling. Then we come over here into Charlie's room. He's gonna have the real cool desk that's gonna sit right over here.
Robot kind of work table that pulls out from underneath the bed.
Not only do you come emotionally attached to the family, but you also come emotionally attached to your tools. What's great about Craftsman tools is not only are they durable, they're lightweight too.
So I'm shopping at Sears today with this design partner. It's a little color tester. I got this for Jamie. He's going to be able to go to his closet and hit his shirts with this device. It'll tell him what color it is so he can coordinate his own clothes. But let's just test it out and see how it's working.
Black.
Black. Yeah. Washer and dryer, blue. We'll take it. Jamie wasn't always blind. He remembers what the colors look like. I hope he gets a smile on his face when he uses his detector. It's a little detail, but it counts. Gentlemen, get in your car, get down here.
Well, when I first met Craig, I thought, this guy's kind of intense.
The framers are going to have this thing put to bed before noon. We're going to build this house faster than anyone else. You guys are so far ahead.
We're going to work really hard. We're going to work together.
We just may be tracking to build one of the fastest homes ever.
Kind of a tough guy. Kind of talks like this and gets this guys on board. Okay, come on, guys. We're going to do some. We're going to go. We're going to get this done.
Craig scare you at all? No. You've worked with him a long time, right?
Yes.
I think the reason he's not afraid of Craig is because he's such a big guy. So are you guys afraid of Craig a little bit?
No.
Not at all. No. He was in the Army.
He runs a thing like it's a military invasion, but the guy's got, the most tenderest heart in the world.
We got 1 hour for chow, and I'd like to take a moment and thank you guys for working through this. I'm very, very proud. I appreciate everything.
So go ahead, take 5, get something to eat. Come on.
You guys follow me. Follow me.
So we brought in several people that are very experienced with living without sight.
Greg, these are all children from the Watson Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
What's really cool, these kids that came and visited me were all from the same school where Jamie goes for his rehab.
And why don't you tell Mr. Craig why you're here?
The cookies. We stopped out for a few minutes, and all the construction workers came over and grabbed some cookies that these kids made.
That's for you guys for making the cookies.
I got the cookies, I'm fine.
I got the cookies, I'm sorry.
When you see a blind person, that you tend to want to help them, but really they're fine. They may be blind, but they still can see.
What is it like being a blind boy?
You'd have to ask somebody who had sight, because I can only say normal.
Alex is an 11-year-old who is totally blind, been blind since birth. He's never had sight, so it's something he doesn't understand.
Sight seems like something out of a Harry Potter movie, practically.
Gotcha.
We wanted as much help as we possibly could to find out about that world and about how we can make that life a little easier and a little better.
Okay, there is a step a little bit ahead. Step of wires.
Gotcha.
I shut my eyes and he took me for a walk.
Stop. Climb. It's a little
What is
bump.
it?
Bump.
I learned that sight is a privilege, but hearing is a necessity.
Can you hold my arm? Hold my
I'll
right
hear you
hand?
over here.
Okay.
Alex taught me how to use your other senses to get through the world.
The strangest thing is I can open my eyes
Yeah.
and see. That's the part that's hard to understand.
So they find sight in other ways.
You're gonna find your mom okay?
Yes, I'm sure she's just. They're all just
Thank you
jumping
very
around.
much, Alex.
All right.
They are not helpless at all. They are every bit we cry for a lot of different reasons, but this time it's definitely for my own ignorance. It's for my own stupidity, for feeling bad for blind people, and I will never ever do that again. There is sight after blindness, and that's the lesson I've learned here.
Coming up.
Whether or not blind people can actually play golf, I don't know. Go in the hole. That's what I'm talking about.
What appears to me as being a handicap, it's not. You don't have to see it to tee it.
Whoa!
That's next on Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
It's the morning of day 4. We're so far ahead of schedule.
But the guys are really hard at work.
Something that's really impressive about this house is the height.
It lets all the hot, muggy Florida air go up toward the ceiling. Cool air down here. We save on utility bills, and we design for Florida weather.
One thing that we have to be careful about is the acoustics. We're going to have to watch out for how sound bounces around. It could be distracting to Jamie.
Jamie Dolan needs to be in his home, and he needs to be comfortable in that environment.
We're going to have to take textures and curtains into consideration. He needs to know exactly where things go.
He needs to feel absolute organization.
So the closet for him and a closet for her. Over here in Charlie's room, Preston and Paul have decided to get a gigantic 8-foot robotic arm that's going to be attached to the wall, top of the line, state of the art. We just got to make sure that Charlie's not using it to pick up his brother and sister.
I know Eduardo talked about in the designer meeting having a golf course here in the backyard just to play a lot. Whether or not blind people can actually play golf, I don't know. I'd hate to do something that would really frustrate Jamie. Eduardo?
I know I was a little bit leery of it, so Eduardo took me to a local golf course.
There's this organization called the United States Blind Golfers Association, and they introduced me to a beautiful couple, Walt and Joan. They're both blind, and they've been golfing for many, many years together, and I thought that they would be the right people to let us know what we were going to need to do to give Jamie the golf course he needed.
I understand Jamie has been a golfer.
Yes, it's something that he enjoyed very much with his son, Charlie. So they actually gave Paul and I some interesting lessons on how to be their guides.
Point my club directly at the flag, so then I get my feet lined up with the direction.
The same thing I do with my sight to line up a putt, they do with the feel of their feet walking on the green. About 13 inches to the right of the pin.
And then we put the foot in the hole, and then we let it go back to the ball so that they could tell how far away they were from the hole.
Go in the hole. That's what I'm talking about.
It was a great experience for me. It was just to see how one can overcome what appears to me as being a handicap. It's not.
Whoa!
You don't have to see it to tee it. That's their slogan.
What kind of features would you like to see in a golf course if you had one in the back of your house?
Definitely put a little bit of slope and roll to it so he can practice uphill, downhill.
I'm so happy I got to know them, and I will caddy for them anytime.
And it made me realize that this is going to be a great lesson for Jamie, not only in golf, but in his entire life.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Paul DeMeo's got some great ideas for Haley's room.
Remember, Haley loves pink, pink, pink.
She loves puzzles.
This is Paul DeMeo's puzzle that he's making for Haley's room.
We need a picture on it.
Oh, right.
I had Connie paint on it, the fairy princess.
Her nose there, mouth here, tiara. And then you mix her all up. You put her eyeball over there and her eyeball down there. The whole room is going to be a puzzle, and there are going to be princesses in it. Haley's going to love it.
Yo! Preston!
What do you want?
We're building a robot room, right?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about robots?
No, what do you know?
I know nothing about robots. Get in the car.
Paulie and I know nothing about robotics, so we went to East Lake High.
No, I know this place that a guy knows a lot about robots.
This school is one of the premier schools in the country when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Every year they have like the robotic Olympics.
Yeah.
This school gets the gold medal. These
Where's
guys
the
know how
lab?
to do all that. I don't
Hey,
know.
where's the engineering lab?
Charles is the oldest kid in the family, and he's a sweet kid, really intelligent. And the one thing he wants to do is invent robotic eyes that can give his dad his sight back.
Hey, you guys, we're here about robots.
So this is very cool.
Paulie, look
That's
at that. We sat there at a table, paging through books, looking up at the kids, diagramming stuff we don't understand. We just kind of looked at each other.
This is cool. That's cool.
How's that work?
This is a robotic arm that is controlled by like a keyboard or a joystick, and it rotates several different joints, including the clock.
Like the sound.
How do you get that sound?
Engineering magic, I guess.
Mad robot. This is a little bit above you.
What do we got going on here?
The team built a 130-pound robot. It's already been shipped for their first tournament. Every year, they are one of the few teams in the nation that builds an exact duplicate, but in miniature, of the robot that they will take into the robotics.
That's exactly what we want to do with our kid, Charlie. Teach him about robotics.
He wants to invent cybernetic eyes
For his dad, so his dad can see. Yeah, it's going to pivot and...
What's the robotic word for bigger?
Bigger. I think that's what we learned most, is that we don't know anything about robotics.
You guys know how to play pinochle?
Coming up.
Little man, Ty wants to talk to you.
Hello. Hey, JT, how's it going?
Fine.
I'm going to tell you about your house, okay? You want to know what your house looks like? Can you say drywall?
Yeah.
Can you say brand new flooring?
It's loaded here. Yeah. Want to handle?
That's next on Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
One of the local neighbors here gave me this paper, and it says Sunday, November 20th, 2004. And
This is a huge story here in the Tampa-St. Pete's area.
It only happened 4 months ago, so this is a fresh tragedy.
Today, hundreds huddled here, mostly in groups of 5 or 10, silently showing support.
Dolan's parents spent much of Friday waiting at the hospital while doctors worked on their son.
There was no motive. There was no reason for anybody to want to shoot him.
shooting happened today, He's about all you could ask for as a son. He's the best father you can find, and he's a great husband. Says his mother, why does a person like this have to get hurt?
Wrong place at the wrong time.
It just makes you sick and frustrated that things like this happen for no apparent reason. And nice people like Jamie have to suffer through it for the rest of their life.
Mainly he likes just being a dad. He just loves those kids, his mother says. He plays with them day in and day out. He does puzzles and draws pictures together, all that kind of family stuff. One thing he does dislike is guns, his mother said. He won't allow his children to play with toy guns. They go bam, bam, and pretend to shoot someone, but what if later it's a real gun? Here we got a guy that, you know, is just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and now we're at the right place at the right time for him.
Nice, huh?
And you wouldn't normally think of landscape design in terms of function for somebody who might be blind, but I really wanted to focus on what that was going to do in terms of sound. I wanted to use some wind chimes.
They all sound different, so Jamie will know exactly where he is.
I wanted to use some water features outside.
We'll have a nice high spout of water coming out. It'll overflow the edges. I mean, it'll be really, really beautiful. It'll create a different kind of water sound.
You'd hear this water feature in the back, you'd know exactly how to get to the backyard.
Beautiful sounds will always let Jamie know exactly where he is when he's walking the perimeter of his house.
Hey, Chrissy, it's Ty, man. How's the vacation going?
Oh, it's great, Ty.
Awesome. I kind of wanted to talk to JT for a second. Is that possible?
Sure, hold on just a second. Little man, Ty wants to talk to you.
Hello.
Hey, JT, how's it going?
Fine.
Listen, I wanted to talk to you for a second because I'm going to tell you about your house, okay? You want to know what your house looks like?
Yeah.
Okay, so here it goes, JT. It's a Florida-style house, and it's got arched windows, and now you've got a huge entranceway. We're talking 13.8 fascia height. Tell them about the toilets. Oh, my God, there's some beautiful toilets in there. Tell them we got 10-foot ceiling heights. Can you say that? 10-foot ceiling heights.
We're about to eat dinner.
Can you say drywall?
Yeah.
Can you say brand new flooring?
It's lovely here. Yeah.
Tell your family everything I told you, okay?
Want to handle?
Perfect. I can't understand you, which means your family won't be able to understand you.
What's the house look like?
They painted blue.
They painted it blue. What color's my bedroom?
Your side is painted blue, and your side is painted what color?
I don't know. What color?
Pink.
Oh my God. Is there anything else I told you?
And set up a circle so we can just lay it in them and go to bed.
Set up a circle so we can lay in them and go to bed. All right. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Just ahead.
I know these guys have got a lot of projects on their plate right now, but Jamie wasn't the only victim that night. 2 other people lost their lives.
And I couldn't ask God for a better child.
She was full of life. She didn't make it.
That's next on Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
Credits? We don't need no stinking credits. We're not done yet. We've got 1 more hour, people. 1 more hour. I'm talking 2 full hours, people. It just doesn't get any better than that. Guys, we got 1 more hour. Preston, we got 1 more hour. I hear you. Where are you going? We got 1 more hour. Where's everybody going? Bye. Guys, why are you taking away all the equipment? We're not finished yet. We got 1 more hour of show. Who's that person? What are you doing with that bag, lady? We got another hour left, people. Don't go anywhere. It's only getting exciting right now.